Mad Men wasn't just about advertising. It was a masterclass in business, persuasion, and power. And the words spoken in that show, they could change the way you think about success forever. Welcome to Lessons from the Lens, where we break down the most iconic moments from TV and film to uncover lessons that inspire and help you grow. Let's start with one of Don Draper's most famous lines. If you don't like what's being said, change the conversation.
So let's say I don't have a guilty conscience.
Good. And let's also say that change is neither good or bad. It simply is. It can be greeted with terror or joy. A tantrum that says, I want it the way it was, or a dance that says, look, it's something new.
Would you draw the line at 50%?
I'm not drawing a line at all. PR people understand this, but they can never execute it. If you don't like what is being said, change the conversation.
This statement encourages proactive engagement in communication. Instead of passively accepting an unfavorable narrative, take control and shift the focus to a more positive angle. 2. You're the product. You feeling something. That's what sells.
What about that?
I think it's sentimental.
Peggy. No, she's right. Just because it has sentiment doesn't make it sentimental. We're talking about businessmen.
Right, businessmen who like short skirts. Sex sells.
Says who?
The most effective way to sell a product is to tap into the emotions and experiences of the consumer, making them feel deeply connected to the product itself, rather than relying solely on superficial elements or the product's features alone. This emphasizes that the consumer's experience and perception of the product are what truly matter in the marketing process.
Just so you know, the people who talk that way think that monkeys can do this. And they take all this monkey crap and just stick it in a briefcase, completely unaware that their success depends on something more than their shoe shine. You are the product. You feeling something. That's what sells. Not them. Not sex.
3. Success is related to standing out, not fitting in.
Cooper wants younger people.
For what purpose? Young campaigns don't necessarily come from young people.
Clients like it. Clients like the thrill of young talent.
Tell Duck. Clients don't understand. Their success is related to standing out, not fitting in. It's a fad. Paint him a picture. Something like one wants to be the needle in the haystack, not a haystack.
Don's initial reaction reveals his unease with the shifting landscape and the growing impact of youth culture on the industry.
Donald, isn't it possible that the recently weaned have some unique perspective? Joy, enthusiasm.
You're talking as if they're some fresh version of us. They're not. Young people don't know anything, especially that they're young.
Huh. Well, let me set this in a more appealing context for you. Prove them wrong.
While Don Draper rightly emphasizes that true success stems from standing out rather than fitting in, it's also crucial to recognize that industries must adapt and evolve to stay relevant. Balancing timeless principles with fresh perspectives ensures we resonate with an ever-changing market. For people want to be told what to do so badly that they'll listen to anyone.
So what do you do, Don?
I blow up bridges.
Don's in advertising.
No, Madison Avenue, what a gas.
We all have to serve somebody.
Perpetuating a lie. How do you sleep at night?
A bed made of money.
Isn't this an education?
You hucksters in your tower created religion of mass consumption.
People want to be told what to do so badly that they'll listen to anyone.
People crave direction and leadership, readily accepting advice or instructions from authority figures, even if it means relinquishing personal decision-making power. Don Draper taps into this deep-seated need, masterfully leading his clients to clarity. In a world of uncertainty, we all just want someone to show us the way. 5. The day you sign a client is the day you start losing them.
We lost Dr. Scholes. Well, I know I didn't drop the ball on this. Sales were steady.
Probably didn't help that our billings crept up for no apparent reason. Eventually, an accountant is going to read the mail.
Trying to cheer me up. It's working.
The day you sign a client is the day you start losing them.
You don't really believe that.
You know what my father used to say? Being with a client is like being in a marriage. Sometimes you get into it for the wrong reasons, and eventually they hit you in the face.
Securing the client is only the beginning. Retaining them is the real challenge. Prioritize ongoing client management, communication, and consistently delivering high-quality service. 6. Make it simple but significant.
The good news is our friends at the cereal company have been grounded in Philly due to wind.
What's good about that?
And the bad news is we only have an hour before we're due at the Cleos.
Sorry, kids. Game called on account of wind.
Well, if it's all about a send-off, I'll have a 7 and 7.
You have legs. Don.
Make it simple but significant.
The most powerful moments are often the simplest, easy to grasp, yet impossible to forget. In business, simplicity with value isn't just memorable, it's magnetic. 7. That's what the money is for.
You gave me 20 ideas, and I picked out one of them that was a kernel that became that commercial. It was something about a cowboy. Congratulations.
No, it was something about a kid locked in a closet because his mother was making him wait for the floor to dry, which is basically the whole commercial.
It's a kernel.
Which you changed just enough so that it was yours.
I changed it into a commercial. What, are we gonna shoot him in the dark in the closet? That's the way it works. There are no credits on commercials.
But you got the Clio.
It's your job. I give you money, you give me ideas.
And you never say thank you.
That's what the money is for.
It's a brutal, yet honest reflection of Don's worldview. In high-stakes business, emotional validation is secondary to financial reward. But beneath Don's sharp response lies an unspoken truth. Success often demands personal sacrifice, and in his mind, the paycheck should be enough. 8. You want some respect? Go out there and get it for yourself.
Joey taped it to Joan's window.
Really?
Yes, and it's disrespectful to Joan. And it's disrespectful to me.
Well, I wouldn't tolerate that if I were you.
But you have no problem with it.
I didn't say that. Look, Peggy, just go fire him.
Me? I thought you would go out there and yell at him.
Yell at him. Fire him. Look, believe me, you do not want me involved in this. People will think you're a tattletale. You want some respect? Go out there and get it for yourself.
Respect isn't given, it's earned. No one is waiting to hand you authority. You have to claim it. The world takes you as seriously as you take yourself. So act with self-respect and confidence, and others will follow suit. 9. Are you aware of the value of your service?
I was curious if you're aware of the value of your service.
It's what you're supposed to do, isn't it?
Wouldn't say that. People will take advantage of you.
I know what I'm doing.
What do you want? Are you just some busy little bee building a hive out in Brooklyn?
Are you still trying to say thank you?
If you don't believe in your worth, no one else will. Act like the person you're becoming, not the person you've been. 10. Tell the truth. Don't worry about the outcome. People respect that.
I was just wondering if you told anybody about Clearasil yet?
I guess it must have slipped my mind.
I don't know what's going on, but Harry said there's some kind of emergency accounting. Everybody had to turn in their numbers early.
What am I gonna say to Duck? That my father-in-law hates me?
Pete, just tell the truth. Don't worry about the outcome. People respect that.
Thank you.
Telling the truth is powerful. It earns respect and builds trust. It's not always easy, but honesty can often cut through complications and misunderstandings. 11. It's about letting things go so you can get what you want.
I'm being punished for making my job look easy. Although, that kid guy, he has a spark. He is a pure account man.
And what is that job all about?
I don't know. It's about listening to people and never saying what's really on your mind.
No. It's about letting things go so you can get what you want.
Resist the need for instant gratification and play the long game. It's not about winning every battle, but about setting yourself up to win the war. 12. You're good. Get better. Stop asking for things.
What do I have to do for you? Peggy, tell me. You were my secretary. And now you have an office and a job that a lot of full-grown men would kill for. Every time I turn around, you got your hand in my pocket. You want to raise. You want this account. Put your nose down and pay attention to your work, because there's not one thing that you've done here that I couldn't live without.
I'm sorry, Don.
You're good. Get better. Stop asking for things.
Focus on continuous growth and self-improvement. Like Peggy eventually became, make yourself so good that you become indispensable. 13. You have to start living the life of the person you want to be. Bobby Barrett.
You have to start living the life of the person you want to be.
Is that what you did?
You're never going to get that corner office until you start treating Don as an equal. And no one will tell you this, but you can't be a man. Don't even try. Be a woman. It's powerful business when done correctly.
Thank you, Don.
"14. I don't think about you at all.
That was a bold last-minute decision, going with your idea.
I thought it was more what they wanted.
Well, we'll never know, will we? Because they never heard mine.
Look, I don't like going in with two ideas. It's weak.
And you don't want to be weak, so you picked yours.
And they bought it, which is our goal, isn't it?
What do I care? I got 1 million of them. 1 million.
Good. I guess I'm lucky you work for me.
I feel bad for you.
I don't think about you at all.
One of the most powerful ways to disarm someone is to show that they don't affect you. Don doesn't argue or justify himself. He simply dismisses Ginsburg with a single line. Ginsburg wants to challenge Don, but Don doesn't even acknowledge the fight. In business and life, the real winners don't waste time competing. They focus on being so good that competition becomes irrelevant. True confidence isn't loud or boastful. It's knowing your value without needing validation. When you carry yourself with that level of assurance, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. By saying this, Don ensures that the conversation ends on his terms. He refuses to be put on the defensive. This is a powerful negotiation tactic. When you dictate the emotional tone of an interaction, you maintain control. A lesson we can learn from Ginsburg's position is, in any competitive space, rejection and indifference are inevitable, but reacting emotionally only weakens your position. The real power move: don't take things too personal. Learn from the experience, improve your craft, and let your work speak for itself. 15. Half the time, this business comes down to I don't like that guy.
This is a sensitive issue. Businesses hate that.
Let me put it in account terms. Are you aware of the number of hand jobs I'm going to have to give?
Am I being taken off the account?
I'm going to have to pretend I had you killed.
Sales are flat. I had to do something.
I don't know if anyone's ever told you that half the time this business comes down to I don't like that guy.
Roger's brutally honest insight remains relevant today. Skills and strategy are crucial, but relationships often tip the scales. It highlights the often overlooked reality that decisions aren't always about talent, strategy, or numbers. Sometimes, they're just about personal feelings and chemistry. Where it is within you control and ability to influence, build strong connections, as success often depends on how you connect with others, not just what you bring to the table. 16. Every time someone's asked me what I wanted, I've never told them the truth.
I would try to avoid the mistake that I've made my entire life. Every time someone's asked me what I wanted, I've never told them the truth.
And what would you want?
3 years ago, when I was essential to the future of this firm, I settled for much less than I needed. The cash would only cripple the company and would do very little to change your future, but a partnership.
It's a powerful reflection on the struggle between personal desires and the expectations placed on us, whether by society, work, or even ourselves. Lane's silence on his true wants reveals a deep sense of repression and a fear of vulnerability, ultimately leading to his downfall. 17. This is America. Find a job you want to do and become the person that does it.
I always order for Jimmy. Watch the money. Otherwise, he ends up sporting for people we don't know. He doesn't realize that being a big shot means you don't have to pay.
I think you're wrong about that.
In the end, we're in different businesses, okay? If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be Grin and Barrett. It'd be Grin and Brownstein. This is America. Pick a job and then become the person that does it.
That's true.
Because you have watched to this point, here is a bonus lesson.
I know you're all feeling the darkness here today, but there's no reason to give in. No matter what you've heard, this process will not take years. In my heart, I know we cannot be defeated because there is an answer that will open the door. There is a way around this system. This is a test of our patience and commitment. One great idea can win someone over.
That was very inspiring. Do you have any idea what the idea is?
No, but I'm not going to stop looking.
It is interesting to note that at this time, Don was under the influence of stimulants causing intense manic episode, and he probably did not know what he was talking about.
Wasting my Saturday with lunatics.
However, in this light-hearted moment emerges one of the best quotes. Which of these quotes made the biggest impact on you? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, check out our breakdown of quotes that can shift how you view and approach relationships. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more lessons from inspiring TV shows.